Hi, hello, and welcome to Inside Indian Football episode number 52. Thank you for guys waiting in. So lots of updates. Last week we missed the episode. आ गए हैं राजू भाई, टेंशन मत लो, हम यहाँ पे हैं आपके साथ. विष्णु हाय हाय हेलो एवरीवन. काफ़ी कुछ चल रहा है इंडियन फुटबॉल में. अभी भी नेक्स्ट सीजन की प्रिपरेशन ताबड़तोड़ तरीके से स्टार्ट हो चुकी है. बाय फेडरेशन, बाय लीग, बाय क्लब्स. काफ़ी सारी अपडेट्स हैं उसके बारे में. एज सच ट्रांसफ़र रूमर्स भी मार्केट में चल ही रहे हैं, ट्रांसफ़र अपडेट्स भी मार्केट में चल रहे हैं. उन सब के बारे में भी बात करेंगे. नेशनल टीम कैंप अभी स्टार्ट होने वाला है एंड ऑफ दिस मंथ ओनली, वो भी बात करेंगे. फ्रेंडली गेम्स हैं उनके बारे में बात करेंगे. आप सब आ जाइए पहले. एंड यू नो, if you are watching this video offline, then you can join us every Friday 6 p.m. for these live streams which we have been doing for last couple of, now I think 2 years, and where we talk about Indian football, ISL, I-League, youth football, national team, and where I take questions from Indian football fans regarding their doubts, the clarification they need regarding Indian football structure, transfer, anything about Indian football which fans want to ask. हिंदी इंग्लिश मिक्स रहता है, तो जैसे आप लोग पूछते हैं मैं वैसे ही आंसर्स देता हूँ. तो अगर आप ऑफलाइन देख रहे हैं तो आपको मतलब मैं आपके क्वेश्चंस नहीं ले पाऊंगा, पर आप कमेंट सेक्शन में अपने क्वेश्चंस छोड़ सकते हैं. यू कैन लीव योर क्वेश्चंस ऑन द कमेंट सेक्शन, एंड व्हेनेवर द नेक्स्ट एपिसोड्स हैपन, इफ देयर इज एनी important or any good questions or creative question, we will try to take it. So that's the thing. Already Manoj Kumari कह रहे हैं, he is saying Chennai FC coach news. I think I have a bigger news for Chennai FC other than the coach, which you guys will be happy to know about. So we'll talk about that also. Let's wait for everybody to join in. अगर आपको मेरी आवाज़ और आपको वीडियो अच्छा लग रहा है तो आप वो थम्स अप का जो बटन है उसको दबा सकते हैं. सो वी विल फिगर इट आउट दैट एवरीबडी इज़ रिसीविंग गुड क्वालिटी वीडियो एंड ऑडियो. हेलो एकॉन, हेलो आर शर्मा, देव साहू, जय श्री राम भाई, जय श्री राम. खन भाई हेलो भाई. अल्वारो टू चेन्नई एफसी, एलेक्सिस गेमिंग आएंगे. रूमर्स की तरफ भी आएंगे, बट मैं यहाँ पे रूमर्स नहीं होगा. मैं आपको पहले ही बता दूँ, ये रूमरिंग हम लोग करते नहीं है. जो पुराने व्यूअर हैं जैसे आर शर्मा हैं, ये पहले से देखते आ रहे हैं, इनको पता है यहाँ पर रूमरिंग बहुत कम मिलेगी आपको. यहाँ पे आपको यू नो इंफॉर्मेशन मिलेगा, क्रिटिकल इंफॉर्मेशन मिलेगा, जो वेरीफाइड है सोर्सेज से वो मिलेगा. तो रूमर्स के लिए अगर आप आए हो तो रूमर्स मैं आपको नहीं देने वाला हूँ. जो वेरीफाइड चीज़ें हमारे पास होंगी वो आपको मिलने वाली है. और अबाउट ग्राउंड संतोष ट्रॉफी, आई थिंक काफ़ी अच्छे लगे हैं. बट जो संतोष ट्रॉफी which is taking place in Kerala, it reminds me of Federation Cup in 2014, which also took place in Malappuram only. And I think people who getting surprised with crowd and everything, I think that Federation Cup was also very amazing. You will find videos on YouTube if you guys have not watched that Federation Cup in Manjeri में हुआ था, मल्लापुरम में. एंड दैट टाइम केरला में फुटबॉल उतना पॉपुलर नहीं था जितना पॉपुलर तब भी था, बट इंडियन फुटबॉल इन टर्म्स ऑफ, बिकॉज टीम्स थी वो बंद हो चुकी थी. यू नो, केरला ब्लास्टर्स जस्ट केम, आई थिंक जस्ट बिफोर द ISL मुझे लगता है वो हुआ था, इफ आई रिमेंबर करेक्टली. एंड इट वॉज आई थिंक वन ऑफ द फर्स्ट टाइम, especially for generation of people like us who have seen the passion of Keralite people in that Federation Cup. So I think the Santosh Trophy crowd and support is not a surprising factor for me, because I've seen that passion of Kerala people in that Federation Cup. And since then, of course, Kerala Blaster, Gokulam Kerala, national team games, everything have come up for in terms of Indian football in Kerala, and we have seen the that how much Kerala people love the football. Anish, hello bhai. Thoughts on Penna appointment? I think mixed opinion है. So इस टाइम पे आप नेगेटिव बोलो, पॉजिटिव बोलो, ultimately it's all depends on it might work for FC Goa, because we have seen that FC Goa are doing these kind of things in terms of player signing, in terms of the coach appointment and getting work for them. I think it was only last season when their, you can say, scouting system or a hiring team have a question mark over the signing of their center forward. And before that, I think they're all center forwards, you know, Igangalo, Koro and everybody have performed so well in the league. So I think if FC Goa have taken that decision, there will be thought process behind it. So I think it's good appointment maybe for them, but let's see how he does it. ISL is very demanding league. Next season is going to be more demanding in terms of the competition, because now every club, we have seen Hyderabad FC winning it. If you ask any Hyderabad FC fans or Indian football fans that in next say in 2020 that will Hyderabad win ISL in next couple of years, especially after the first season, everybody who said doubtful hai. But now Hyderabad FC winning it, Jamshedpur FC winning the league shield has opened the league completely, if you ask me. So now appointing someone like Carlos Pena might backfired also, because in terms of coaching experience, it doesn't have that coaching experience. And all ISL team has now good coaches. The kind of coaches other ISL team are talking right now, who are going to appoint the coaches, is also we have seen great profiles. But let's see. I think so. But he knows this league. He knows the setup at FC Goa, which will help him. It will be not like a new job for him. It's just like extended kind of a job which he has done with as a player with FC Goa. But I think there are merits and demerits both for the decision from FC Goa. But if they have taken the decision so early in the season, which means there was a plan behind it, and it's not, Carlos Pena was also been talking to club on regular basis, not that this season. So I think let's see how that works for the FC Goa and their fans. So now what about Kerala Blast bring their retired jersey as number 20? If you ask me, I was surprised the time when they retired it, because Kerala Blast was a young club. Sandesh Jingan didn't retire from playing football. He left the club and went to another club, and I think doesn't make any sense for club to retire the jersey for a player who is still playing. So I think it's good they have to bring it back now, especially after what happened with the Sandesh allegedly comments regarding that match in ISL. So I think it's like Kerala Blaster management answer to that comment, that you are not legend anymore. So उसके बारे में भी थोड़ा बात करेंगे. We want live in all weeks. अक्षय भाई कोशिश रहती है, 52 एपिसोड हो गए हैं. We are trying, मतलब we have done 52 episode till now. Sometime what happened, Friday, there comes some kind of traveling, family, anything, कुछ urgent आ जाता है. That's the only reason when live doesn't happen. Whenever it's possible, we try to live. Upcoming months onwards, we're going to have more lives during the week also. This show will remain inside Indian football, but there will be other kind of lives. The news live will be coming up. The other people will be coming on the channel to do not just football but other sports videos also. So that itinerary is getting planned. But this show will remain exclusive for Indian football every Friday. Timing might be 5 or 6. We'll finalize the timing after asking you guys only. So that's the thing. What about Buckingham stay or change? I think Patil this time there's no decision made over that. I think once AFC Champions League gets over, then all the decision will be made on his future. Ashish Kushaldas is saying that they will figure out the structure. He is so many good things. Okay. If he's still saying they will figure out the structure, so what they have done last 3 years with the AFC, making that so-called roadmap for Indian football, I'm still confused. They should make everything very clear. ISL is top league. Tell the clubs when his promotion is starting. Ideally, according to AFC roadmap, promotion should start from this upcoming season, not this but next season onwards. So I think let's see, will they do that or not. So before taking any questions, I have some updates written with me, which you have already seen on the thumbnail, on the title, and some update regarding some couple of clubs which I was checking on. Let's start with overall structure, which is clear now, which we have been discussing, I think since episode number 47, if I remember correctly, regarding Super Cup, Durand Cup, ISL, structure, calendar of Indian football going. Now what I'm told, it's kind of a confirm now. Everything is at the level of logistics now. Where clubs are told to prepare everything at the home and away method. The league is preparing for their operations. All the 11 venues of ISL where it's going to take place. Venues means stadiums. Kerala Blaster, for example, have already announced their stadium for the next season, that Jawaharlal Nehru Kochi Stadium will host their games. So that's one thing. So 8 months will be the domestic calendar for Indian football. So let me repeat. 8 months starting from August, it will go till for some team. Domestic, I'm saying it's have nothing to related with AFC or Champions League or AFC Cup. It's just for domestic structure, I'm saying. The duration of domestic calendar will be for 8 months, starting from in August, going till, for some clubs who will reach out the knockout stage of the Super Cup, will go till the May. That's have been confirmed to me. So that's one thing. Another thing is Durand Cup, as we know, is kind of confirmed that one group of Durand Cup matches will take place in Imphal. Yeah, and of course, other Kolkata will be hosting some kind of groups, but Durand Cup Army is in discussion with multiple states. Maybe there will be 4-5 groups. There might be chances that one group is hosted by one state, another group is hosted by one state, and then knockout happens at Kolkata. That's one thing. So Durand Cup will be kind of curtain raiser for Indian football from next season onwards. It will start around, I think, mostly in August, and will go till the September international break, just before the international break. Then there will be international break, and then of course ISL will start, as I already informed you guys, in the month of October. ISL will start, and then of course ISL will go till the March international break, and after the international break there will be Super Cup, and the season will end with the Super Cup. So that's the kind of now confirmed structure which information I have on, and other than that, the calendar made in a way that international breaks are not a break. It kind of a break between the multiple tournaments. So league doesn't stop, or Durand Cup doesn't stop. So that's one thing. Another thing is which this discussion also going on, the duration of the duration of the matches days when they want to play the matches. Will they go for Monday to Sunday again, or they will take a break on, say, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to Sunday? And that discussion has not taken place. It's not still decided. The question, as already, is an interesting question from okay, that's have gone up, so let me take it again. Somebody asked regarding World Cup break. So last video I did one mistake, and I think I said from December it will be break. It will be from 14th of November, I think. The ISL will get break, and then till the end of the World Cup. So that's one thing. So I think this will be, hopefully this will be the kind of a structure for Indian football for next 4-5 years. By the way, it's not just next year, but this 4-5 years. Mostly season will start in some form in August and will go till the May. May is also very late, but if they can organize Super Cup, say in Northeast or some kind of these kind of state where it is very cold, not that hot as say Goa or Bangalore or Kerala or Delhi in May, I think that's way you can extend your season till the end of the May also. So if you can play, say, for example in Dharamshala, just to give an example, or say in Sikkim, or in Manipur, for example, in Uttarakhand, some part of Uttarakhand also, and then you can extend your season till the end of the. But kind of venues we have in India, I think May will be very tough to play football. So I think they will want to wrap up by early May, because after May, April is also very tough to play football, say in say Kerala or Kolkata. So May to become very, very bad for footballers to play into. So I think that's one thing. This is something about Indian football, I think, and this is not new. The new information we are sharing, ये bits and pieces में पिछले 5-6 episode में इस channel पे आया था. I think people like Kumar Reddy and everybody knows about this, because I have been revealing these information, but the confirmation have come now. Should we shock if Ashutosh Mehta or Pritam Kotal select ahead of Ashish Rai for final squad as per? I think you should not. Igor Stimac, in terms of the fullback, have been very careful. He want defensive first fullback. That's what we've seen till now. So I think I will not shock if that happened. And this is big squad which he has announced. We can discuss that squad also, but I think ultimately it will be judged when he announces final 23 or 25 man squad. Now, why Dampo is bringing Padum Reddy as the new CEO? Do they want to enter in I-League? What I remember when Dampo and Salgaonkar went out of the I-League, Shillong Lajong included in the same kind of a period, their whole idea was withdrawing from league. They are not shutting down the clubs. The clubs are going to stay. Their idea was they don't feel the structure is there for them to invest, say for example 1 crore a year, 3 to 4, 5 crores for 4-5 years, and then wait for promotion to open. Their idea is when promotion is open, they will maintain their youth teams, state leagues, and they enter into second division, and they can come into I-League and then try for promoting into ISL. I think so. Once the promotion get open, I think club like Dampo, Salgaonkar, Shillong Lajong, you will see them in some kind of a some kind of get involved at the national level in Indian football, starting with second division. They might take direct entry in I League also, some of these clubs, but I think they will get into second division first and then get into the I League and then try to get into the ISL. So that's one thing. Now let's come. I think football Odisha have been again asking about Odisha FC coach. So what I'm told is Odisha FC still has not started interview process. Speaking, they have of course shortlisted their coaches and everything, but the interviews will start very soon. So I think that's one thing. But I think they will make some kind of appointment in terms of their backroom staff and everything very soon, and the coach process will also start in next 10 to 15 days. That's one thing. Another thing is regarding Chennai FC now. Chennai FC coach process is in not that advanced, which has been claimed by many people. But the news I have regarding Chennai FC is that I am told the current management of Chennai FC, Mr. Basu and all, they have met the owners of Chennai FC, and they kind of presented a roadmap for the club, and they have showcased that the idea of they wanted budgets and the roadmap for the club. They have presented to the owners that they want to make a team not just for winning ISL or getting League Shield, but doing well in the AFC Cup. And this is the old script. We have heard this before also from some of the clubs in ISL, including Chennai FC, that they want to do well in the AFC Cup. But not many ISL clubs have taken AFC Cup very seriously in past. We have seen clubs like Bengaluru, Chennai not doing that well in the AFC Cup, irrespective of whatever reasons. But yeah, what I'm told that some kind of budgets, improved budgets for Chennai FC have been approved by their owners. So that's the information I have regarding Chennai FC. I have no information regarding the coach because I don't think it's as advanced as claimed by others. But what I'm told, Chennai FC will have the improved budget compared to the previous season. So that's the update for Chennai FC fans. And I'm still not taking questions because I want to bring out all the information I have in front of everybody, because people also watch this offline, and if anybody is watching, if they can do the timestamp, it will be great. And anybody watching offline, somebody like 90 Stoppage or these kind of handles on Twitter, if you're watching, guys, do put the timestamp for the questions or the quotes you are taking in the comment section. It will be great. It will help out people who are watching later on. And we have been now joined by more than 100 people, but just 55 likes. So aap agar dekh rahe ho, if you're liking what you're doing here, just hit the like button. As I said, we'll be get an idea that that you guys enjoying the quality audio of the video and the information we are providing. Ashish bhai, Diego Costa not coming, but hope for big name as Roy may not sign. Don't want to say anything about that, but yeah, Diego Costa was never supposed to be coming, so it's not that the way it has been made out of by other people. India to play FC qualifiers without any further friend. No, India will have at least 3 friendlies, that for sure. ISL Development League, Santosh Trophy Women's League will happen every year. Santosh Trophy Women's League will happen every year. Women's League is going to go bigger next year onwards. ISL Development League, it's still not ISL Development League, by the way, it's a Reliance Football, Reliance Foundation Development League. It's still not the ISL Reserve League as people are saying, because I think there was some kind of a restrictions or some kind of reservation by the ISL clubs regarding that, maintaining the team. So I think some kind of a arrangement or a middle path was made when this came under Reliance Foundation banner. You can't call it ISL Reserve League as of now. But let's see next season, will they convert into ISL Reserve League or will they keep it Reliance Foundation Development League? That's need to be seen. So let's see. Kushalda saying they are not making mandatory to participate in Durand Cup for ISL clubs. If they don't make it, there is no way the ISL club will have 28 games. Another point which I forgot to mention, that ISL clubs, all ISL club will have minimum 28 games, 28 competitive games, including 2 cup competitions and league stage of ISL by the end of next season. So they will have at least 28 games. 26 is the limit by the AFC. So they will have at least 28 games from next season onwards. That's one thing. What about any Northeast United news? Northeast United have new technical director, which of course joined last season, mid-season, and I think he is going to take majority of the decision now. They are going for a new coach. That's definitely 100% going to happen. That's one thing. So let's see how they do it. And is Super Cup knockout and group stage? It will be group stage and knockout. That's one. Anything about Alvaro? So let me come to the specific players now, because you guys have been asking again. Every Indian player, especially who is in market right now and who might be linked to your favorite club, which you guys want to know, there are at least two more clubs talking to the same player. I am told majority transfers right now which are in talks right now in Indian football have a triangle of clubs chasing that particular player. So there are at least 3 clubs talking to the same players. So don't just believe on the rumors which are put in on social media, WhatsApp groups straight away. And because I've seen player getting disheartened, fans getting disheartened later on when that particular player joined another club. So sometime your favorite club might be used to generate interest from the another club. So I think you have to be very you have to verify the information before trusting it. So that I'm saying any transfer rumor you're seeing right now for any particular players who are available on the market is chased by at least 3 clubs. So be clear, be very careful when you're seeing those rumors on the WhatsApp group, on a social media platforms, and then confirm and before before believing them. Explain out about AFC Cup point system in group stage. India rank in 9 in West region, then Iraq and Tajikistan and India have 2 remaining match in AFC Champions League and AFC Cup group stage team. Xavier, I think it's not going to change for next couple of years. India will at least have group stage slot for next couple of season, 1 at least, and you will have the 2 slots in the AFC Cup. Only thing which can change if AFC goes back and restructure the AFC Cup again, like earlier there only used to be 2 zones, East and West. If they do it, I think that will help Indian football because that will put Indian clubs in different groups instead of having 2 Indian clubs in one group. And this is one of the worst format for any continental tournament. Just imagine having 2 English clubs playing in Europa League group stage match at the first group stage match in Europe. People will salute to UEFA if they do it, but AFC has been doing this for years now. I think they need to get rid of this AFC Cup structure. Indian clubs need more games. Put Indian clubs in different groups in East or West. We don't care, but at least our clubs will have more game. What's the advantage of them going into AFC and then playing an Indian club again in the AFC? And doesn't make any sense. I think they need to go back to the previous method of East or West. Indian clubs, you can put on an East, you can put on a West, but at least in 2 Indian clubs reach knockout stage. But I think the counting of Indian clubs in the AFC tournament is not going to change. I think it will be 3 clubs for next couple of years at least. Any news on not confirmed? I think Vietnam talks were still going on, but not confirmed from both the federation till now. Will ISL team field the main team in the and the foreign players for Super Cup and Durand Cup? Super Cup, yes, because it will be after the leagues ISL getting over, and I think next season onwards you might have Super Cup more importance getting the AFC Cup slots. Durand Cup, it might be mix of first team players and the reserve team player, but ISL clubs can't call it their reserve team playing in the Durand Cup. This has been made clear by me in the previous videos also that it will be there on papers. It will be Bengaluru FC, it will be Kerala Blasters, not Kerala Blaster reserves, not Bengaluru FC reserves or B team. That for sure. It need to go to the first team banner in the Durand Cup. Australian team to play AFC Cup, first time in the cup getting bigger. I think that's great, and it's just, I know traveling is huge from India to Australia, but just imagine an Indian club going to Australia, playing in Sydney. You have lots of Indian fans there, and I think that's what the continental tournament should be all about. But Asia, the size of Asia compared to Europe is at totally a different level. So you can't have one zone. You need to divide the Asian at least in 2 zones, but not this South, East, West, Central Asia, because that doesn't make any sense especially for Indian club at the AFC Cup. All I-League team will play in Super Cup. As of now, I think number of teams is not confirmed, but considering they will need at least 5 games from Super Cup and Durand Cup, I think you will see all I-League team and ISL team playing in the Super Cup for sure, and there might be more teams joining the Super Cup also, depending on the the number of groups they want to make and everything. I think that's still not decided. Is any BFC player extended his contract? Not now, I think, but they're in talks with, I think three players are in talks to get extended, to get a new contract at Bengaluru FC. FC got foreign signing, not any particular news. Of course, the scouting and the talks are going on, but you can't say any particular news regarding for foreign of FC Goa. Thoughts on Kerala, Gokulam Kerala unbeaten run from this season, shocked or expected? I think I expected them to do well in I-League. They are kind of big boys in I-League, even if they're a young club. but they have been in I League for a while. Their management is very solid. They have been doing good things. I think if you ask me, out of all the I League clubs, in terms of the management, in terms of the capacity, in terms of everything, who do you think has the best chance to do well in ISL? I know it's a big question mark that can you have two clubs from Kerala. I personally feel definitely if you can have two clubs from Kolkata in playing in ISL, you can have two clubs from Kerala definitely. And Gokulam Kerala has done well as a club overall in Indian football in the last few years. You know, Real Kashmir is a young club. Round Glass Punjab is a young club. You know, these all are young clubs. Mohammedan Sporting is another club, but will you like to have third club from Kolkata or have something like Gokulam Kerala in next couple of years getting promoting to ISL? I think Gokulam Kerala have made very strong points getting into ISL if whenever the expansion happens in whatever way, because they have a women's team doing well, playing in Asia, they're doing well for youth level, they have reserve teams doing well in the Kerala KPL, their team in senior team at I League is doing well. So I think Gokulam Kerala has made very a solid point to get into ISL, and I think once they get into it, I am not sure any fans from other teams or other reasons can complain that why Gokulam Kerala have been inducted into ISL. So that's the thing. So do you think 14 or 16 team in ISL team? Not very soon. I think it will be gradually. You can't have all of a sudden going from 11 teams to 14 or 16 team. It most likely will be 12 and then maybe 13, then 14, because you have to see the number of Indian players availability also, you know. If you take example of IPL, for example, cricket is the kind of a religion in India for many people. And IPL remain 8-team leagues for years. Then they introduced two teams, if you remember, you know, Pune, Sahara, and then Chennai got banned. Chennai Super Kings got banned. Then they made to introduce, but they took their time to expand the league, because when they did previously with Sahara, Pune Giants, and whatever the name was, I forget the name, the quality of the game also went down. So if they all of a sudden increase and you don't have enough domestic players, to full only, and one way then the quality of teams and the difference between big teams and small teams start occurring. So you don't want to happen at Indian football in the progressing level. I think you want to increase the number of teams, but I think it should be done on the merit, not just because you want 16-team league, let's introduce 5 more teams all of a sudden. I think slowly when there are more Indian players available in the market, slowly introduce more teams and then get into 16 or 20 teams leagues in, say, next 10 to 15 years. Don't do it all of a sudden. It might create imbalance in terms of the Indian players. And another thing I want to say, another way to do it, maybe increase the number of foreigners then. You know, if you want 15 teams, increase the number of foreigners to 5 or 6 in the league, in the playing 11, then you can have more teams, you know, and then Indian players can distribute it. But that also is big question mark, because then most of the clubs will have foreigners in the spine of the team, and Indian players will be kind of a reserve for fullback or winger position. So I think, and this will have merit and demerit, but I think all of a sudden, I personally feel our domestic structure is not ready to have 15 first division club all of a sudden, because I still feel the Indian players are not at that level, you know. You will feel the difference, you know. You see when, for example, when the new clubs also came in, you know, in ISL, Jamshedpur FC, Hyderabad FC, they took some time, you know, in terms of getting good quality Indian players, because most of the Indian players are under contract. There is no draft or auction like IPL happening, you know, in mega auction type happening that you can build your team. So it takes some time for clubs to build their team. So I think once the quality of Indian football goes up, there are more Indian players coming up, then you can introduce 2 to 3 teams in one go. I think all of a sudden you can't go to 15, 16 teams from 11 teams. Can you clarify how are the ISL team will play 28 minimum game from next season? Levin Bose, I think you have joined a bit late. I have discussed that. So they will have now, if you say, let's assume that we'll have 11 teams ISL next season. They will have at least 20 league stage game, and then they will have 8 games in the Super Cup and Durand Cup. You know, 4 games in maybe in Super Cup, or 5 games in the Super Cup, 3 games in Durand Cup. They'll have 8 games in the group stage of Durand Cup and Super Cup to make it 28, minimum 28 games for ISL clubs. What is opinion on Mumbai City FC versus Al Jazeera FC? Does Buckingham succeed with the tactics? I think when Des came and I have discussed it, I really like him as a young coach. Only thing which I think was a failure from his side, he didn't tweak his strategies, formations after midpoint of ISL. He did well in initial part, and then when things were not working, he kept with the similar kind of formations, similar kind of tactics, and it misfired. So he was tactically flexible enough to in ISL to make changes. But I think he has learned from that, and has done some changes in the Champions League. Of course, he need to do it altogether different competition, and of course they created history by becoming first ever Indian club to win AFC Champions League game, not the Asian top tier game, but AFC Champions League game. So I think congratulations for Mumbai City FC, that's Buckingham for that. Hopefully other clubs next season, to give an example, Jamshedpur FC goes big and do better with Mumbai City FC. They have time to build it, but again Jamshedpur FC also young club. Let's see how much investment can they do. Can they bring more type of foreigners? Who will they replace? How they will replace Owen Cowell is also big questions, because now expectation from Jamshedpur FC fans or Indian football fans will be up from them, especially as they're representing India in the Asia. Mumbai City के player handball नहीं था against Algeria. What is? I also personally think so, and I think it was not a handball. But again, these kind of decisions from the referees are always question mark, and referees have a different opinion all about the decision. So I think but it happened with Indian teams, Indian clubs, and the senior national team or youth team also. At the Asian level, sometimes we got a harsh decision by referees. Any new team in ISL next season on the investor basis like Mohammedan, or I don't think so there will be any team getting direct entry. If there was any team getting direct entry, we would have heard by now the news about it. But I don't think any club is in talk with FSDL, or you can say Reliance regarding the getting entered into the Indian Super League. Any news about Jerry, Keith, Jarmanpreet? Jerry, I think is most likely to leave. I think if player contract is getting expired on May 31st, if that particular player has not signed the new contract by now, I think you should assume that that particular player is going to leave that club. So I think Jerry is going to leave. Same thing is with other players who contract are getting expired. So let's see. I think where they go. Maybe Chennai FC can do it now, because as I told you guys that there's an improved budget approved by Chennai FC owners for the club for the upcoming season. What about the I League second division coming seasons? I think let's see. I think now ISL going home and away. It should be zonal system again for I League second division. You will have a zone first, East zone, North zone, West zone, and then have a final round in Kolkata or Bangalore, where the IFA want to host. Jamshedpur will be playing in UCL is not a certain. There will be playoff with next season Shield winners. Murnal want to make ACL. Yes, they will be. Sorry, I also forget that they will be playing a playoff, but they have a one step there, so they have to make a team again for that. आशीष भाई सॉरी मैं आज थोड़ा लेट आया, मुझे थोड़ा उड़ीसा एफसी के बारे ऊपर अपडेट दे दो, हेड कोच सिचुएशन. अमलान, उड़ीसा एफसी की हेड कोच सिचुएशन ये है कि नेक्स्ट 10-15 डेज में इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस है, लाइन अप है. They will be talking to the coaches. It's still not done. Nothing. The names which are linked are kind of made by the I will say rumor geeks in Indian football. There are so many rumor geeks nowadays in social media, WhatsApp group, but they are behind the scene. Odisha FC is working to improve their structure in the coaching and everything. So there will be something coming from the club. But I think head coach interviews are lined up in next 10-15 days for Odisha FC. That's one thing. Is Marco going to stay with Bengaluru FC? As you guys are aware that his automatic extension has been not done by it's not got activated because he didn't remain in top 4. He didn't qualify for the top 4 of the ISL. So I think, but Bengaluru FC have not told him that they're going to extend his contract. Let's see how that happened. By ATK Mohan Bagan ki koi transfer update? I think ATK the update is they are in talks with couple of young Indian players. But as I told, not many free agent Indian players are available. So under contract, again, ATK can bring players. We have seen them bringing Liston and all by paying transfer fee. But clubs are keen to hold their player. They just don't want to release like that. But we have seen them paying the crazy transfer fee when the clubs can't say no. Liston is one example. The other example also. So let's see. I think, but they're also playing the AFC Cup. So they're focused right now on the AFC Cup, and we'll see them making their decision after the AFC Cup get over. Do ISL need salary cap? After these many years, they need salary cap. However, team find them breaches. I am not a fan of salary cap, Kumar Reddy. I have told this many times. I will say get rid of salary cap. Instead of salary cap, they should make a rule that that 5 to 10% of the salary money spent by clubs on salaries should be invested on the grassroots football of that club in their own state, not on the youth team. Grassroots football at the state, baby leagues and all by the clubs. I think that's the better way to do it. If clubs want to spend 40 crores on the salaries, let them spend. And I think it's not that salary cap is kind of helping other clubs to balance out situations. I think if you ask me, I will get rid of salary cap today only. I think it doesn't make any sense to have a salary cap, personally, if you ask me. If club like Mumbai City FC want to spend that money, let them spend. If they feel that, we have seen club like Leicester winning the Premier League, so that doesn't mean that more money means more success in football. So we'll only have a 13 team ISL by 24-25, so as 2 teams will be promoted from I League, right? 23, 21, yes. But there are chances that the more franchises might be introduced. So that's still 2-3 years, and 24-25 season will be critical season. That will be the first season which will be there with the new broadcaster. That will be the first season where 10-year agreement with the star will get over. 10-year agreement with the existing franchises regarding relegation promotion will also get over. So I think that season where we'll see wholesome changes in ISL in terms of structure, in terms of revenue sharing, in terms of center pool, and everything will happen. So let's see. Have you seen Bangalore FC reserve team? If yes, who impressed you most? I have seen, but particularly will not go on the individual at the youth level, because I have done that in past. It did not work out well. So I think I've still will remain out until as these players come to the India youth level. I think it's better them to play, and then once they come to the senior team, then we'll talk about them. Odisha FC contract extension, any or after head coach? I think their contract extension will happen once they get the backroom staff or some kind of a head of youth development or a head of, then they will do these contract extension, and the head coach process is still going on. So we can't be sure that they will wait for the head coach to come to do the contract extension. Any foreign club is interested in Indian players, depending on if you want to say deal like when Bharti brothers one of the Bhartis going to that Colombian club, you can say these kind of interest is always there, but solid interest, I will say no. If gimmicky interest, there will be some kind of gimmicky interest. What about AFF and Praful Patel? AFF has given the statement they are ready to hold their elections next day when Supreme Court approved their new sports code of rules by Supreme Court. So I think they have made clarification that it's not they holding the election, but I think they should have election as soon as possible. The way it's going, it's also raising the question mark on the overall structure of Indian football. So let's see. I think when they have the elections, brother, which nationality coaches are shortlisted for Chennai FC job, and how many of them are ISL experience? One, it will be useful. Akon Jed. I don't have shortlisted list for Chennai FC. The update I had for Chennai FC was that they are in talks with some coaches, but right now the management had a meeting with the Chennai FC owners in Bombay, and they have approved the improved budgets for the Chennai FC. So I am sure they will have a better team, better kind of coaches in this upcoming season. So that's the only update I have this week. Maybe next week we have some solid update on the coaches. As I said in the start of the video, we don't do rumoring here. In these videos on our website, on our channel, you will get only confirm information. I don't want to just throw the names that 4 ISL experienced coaches are in talks, but yes, demands of experienced coaches of Indian football or ISL is more in this season. Their coaches like Carlos Kodat have been approached by ISL franchises. Albert Roca also been approached by ISL franchises. Alco has been approached by ISL franchises. But these approaches and final appointment is far away. So I think you can't still give that particular numbers and particular names of the clubs who are going to appoint these coaches. That's happened. Ayush and Pyutia, I think the talks, I have to see the existing contract. I have not checked as of now that what the contract is, but you will get regarding Ayush and Pyutia contract extension from our side whenever the information come to us. But I think as you've seen, Kerala Blasters already announced the contract extension of their players, so I think they will slowly going to do that. I am not sure they will allow somebody like Ayush or Pyutia to leave who has done well from their first season. And Kerala aim is of course to play in Asia as soon as possible by winning the League Shield or by winning the trophy, or going on next season onward maybe by winning the Super Cup also. Below Williams and Roy to stay on new foreigners. Any news? Today I was reading one article on Khelna only. why Juan Fernando deserved credit for reviving David Williams. David Williams were so close under Antino Havas to leave from ATK Mohun. They were offered made by ISL teams to ATK Mohun Bagan under Havas for David Williams, and multiple time he came this much close for leaving from ATK Mohun Bagan, and ultimately didn't happen for whatever reason. Now under Juan Fernando, he's look another kind of a player, different level. I'm not sure Juan will allow David Williams to leave now, and David will also like to stay now because he's getting a better role, playing more games. Roy Krishna, there are chances that you might see him moving from now from ATK Mohun, but let's see how, because Juan wants to build his own team. Let's see. I think they are already the rumor of Alvaro speaking to ATK Mohun, but he's speaking to at least 3 more ISL clubs. And this stage, you can't say that he's joining ATK Mohun Bagan only. So, don't you think zoning system should be removed from ASL, at least because of poor performance some team in East Zone, where it's newly evenly balanced in West Zone? Shivam, वो देखो ये ना balance के लिए नहीं है zoning system. How, see, just imagine a club from Iran or Iraq traveling to Japan, play game and then play their domestic game. So बहुत tough हो जाता है in Asia traveling wise. It's not that easy, so ideally it should not be, but the zoning system सिर्फ यहाँ नहीं है, MLS में भी होता है इसी रीजन की वजह से, बोलते traveling बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाता है. And the zone system were used in Indian football, in domestic football, like youth leagues, women's league, second division. So there was a talks of getting introduced at top level also at one upon a time, because the Indian clubs spend lots of time in traveling, especially in ISL when you're playing game every next day. So I think one reason you can't remove is traveling is a big issue in Asia. Asia is huge compared to Europe, so I think it's a major issue hai. And travel. I mean, for example, Australia is also there. Just imagine a club from Iran or even from India going to Australia in a game in the midweek, coming back home and playing a game, league stage game on Sunday. I think बहुत tough हो जाता है. So that's the reason zoning system is there. Can they mix it up? I'm not sure. I mean, maybe India can you put in the East Zone, because India have played in the East Zone in AFC Cup. So I think you can mix it up, but I am not sure. West Zone clubs going in East Zone will not happen at the group stage for sure. Ashish bhai, how much chance of Spanish ISL experienced coach in Odisha FC? अभी अमलान मैं बोलूँगा उतने ही चांस हैं जितने इंडियन कोच के हैं एट ओडिशा एफसी, बिकॉज दे हैव नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड इन फाइनल शॉर्टलिस्ट. दे हैव नॉट स्पोकन टू द कोचेज एज ऑफ नाउ. इट विल बी वेरी बैड टू से दैट ये द पर्टिकुलर नेशनैलिटी कोच विल बी अपॉइंटेड बाय ओडिशा एफसी. सो अभी तो उतने ही चांस हैं जितने मंगोलियन कोच के हैं, अगर मंगोलियन कोच का सीवी उनके पास है. बट सो दैट्स आई एम सेइंग. Bro, is there any chance, undisputed, to take away 3+1 rule and sign any foreign player instead of Asian player? Asian player will be there, mandatory in the Asian leagues for sure. In the squad at least, not in the playing 11. AFC is going to change the rules of the number of foreigners in the playing 11 also from next season. So let's see how they do. But Asian player will be there in the squad. In the playing 11, still not confirmed by AFC regarding that. Will East Bengal will go for the Kalyani? I think they will play in Salt Lake Stadium because it's also battle of ego. You can't have Mohun Bagan Salt Lake Stadium and then you play in Kalyani Stadium. Some games will be there, but I think they will want to play majority of game in Salt Lake Stadium only. Bangalore FC Stadium, Anil, I think they're still in talks. Not clear breakaway, but I think they have still a middle ground achieved by Bangalore FC and the Karnataka Sports Federation, whatever the exact name is. Teams can build their own stadium with the capacity of 50,000 and 5,000, 10,000. Few years back, Premier League does not have any lucrative TV deal. They got money from the stadium tickets money. Kumar Reddy, I totally agree. I was talking to a friend in Indonesia and they have made a new stadium. What a fantastic stadium it was. And in country like Indonesia can make. I think also issue is in India is big issue of the land. If somehow a club is smart and can reach out to some kind of leasing agreement, say, let's take an example of Odisha have their kind of own stadium with the Kalinga Stadium with the Odisha government. Let's just take an example of Kerala Blaster, for example, okay? Kerala Blasters reach out to Kerala government and in a smart way, they tell a government that, will you give us a land on a 99 years lease or something, we'll build a stadium all across it, you build a shopping complex, hotels, whatever around it, You get revenue from that. We'll make our team base in that stadium. In that way, Kerala Blaster will not need to pay the money for the land. And that happened. I have seen this state government giving land for cricket stadium, for the stadiums, to the private organization, to the state federations. In cricket, they can do it for football. So I think that's where the relationship between the state government and the clubs need to be very, very good. Do this way, make a public and private partnership, and make sure the government gets some kind of return from it. Club get the land for a 99 years, and and then they can build something like West Ham done with the stadium, with the England government using that Olympic stadium for their home when they moved from Upton Park. So I think these kind of deals can clubs do. I think they can do for sure. But they just need to present a plan to the state government, in where the state government also generate revenue in some kind of form, and where then it will be easier to build stadium. Current model, if you ask Bangalore, can Bangalore FC get acres of land in Bangalore to build their stadium? I think not possible. Something very similar for Mumbai City, also something very similar for clubs who are in metro like Chennai FC also. So I think they have to make these kind of a partnership models with government, get a land from government, then build the stadiums, and I think that will be easier way instead of getting your own land and then building stadium. What are chances of Alvaro staying at Kerala? I think 20%. I think maybe less than 20%. That was Bharat questions. So we have 106 people watching. Only 102 likes. You guys can hit the like button if you have not liked till now. And also there's a membership in the channel. If you want to help out us to bring more content in Indian football, Indian sports, you can take it membership, not much costly, just of 100 rupees or 19 rupees GST, 119 per month. That will help us to make more content, and of course we are going to bring some kind of merchandise for our members very soon. I know the members who have taken the membership till now, they will going to get their posters and everything. We are just in the way of setting up the courier and everything. We'll dispatch those posters very soon from our office. Bro, will there be any new club in ISL 22? No, I think unlikely at this stage. The question was asked by Abhishek. Honestly speaking, I don't want Alvaro to stay at Kerala Blaster. We can go for better strikers. You can get a better striker. Will that better striker work at Kerala Blaster? That's the main reason. I think we want to retain the player. We have seen Ogbeche kind of a striker who is working everywhere. So if any club can hold of Ogbeche, and that's a great deal. He's been shown no sign till now of stopping. So I think it's important you hold on the good players who are in demand in the market. But of course, you don't want to overpay that player just because he's in demand by other clubs. Thoughts on demerge of Atk Mohun Bagan to Mohun Bagan, is it that true? Yes, it is true. Undisputed legend, couple of episode back, I told you guys that there will be some kind of a middle ground reached by both the parties, and we are getting nearby to it. Now I think there will be, and I think the news of what I was told, the middle ground was a kind of I saw in Twitter also some people are speaking about somebody from Gyonka side will be made president of Mohun Bagan. And they will be finally kind of formally introduced into the Mohun Bagan, the Mohun Bagan, the legendary Mohun Bagan board and everything. And I think you will see ATK eventually going out from the name. I think that will happen. It will happen this season, next season. That need to be seen. Paradise will extend. Paradise, his situation is a bit different. He has existing contract. So I think if he can get released from his parent club, I think you will see him staying with Kerala Blaster for sure. How would AFC Cup Champions League work for Indian clubs? How AFC Cup and Champions League work, in which sense? Indian clubs play there, you get a good money to play, participation fee, exposure, your sponsor get more exposure, your players get displayed at the Asian level. So I think that's how it works. Ashish, can you explain what is misunderstanding happened between Javi and the management? I thought he would extend. I have to check Amlan about the same. I will not just answer just because I've asked it. I have not heard about it as of now. Maybe I have not followed like you guys followed your own club. I have checked. AFF case update in Supreme Court. Supreme Court is busy in passing on some kind of, I will not say anything because मेरे ऊपर ही case कर देंगे. But yeah, hopefully they will hear the AFF plea very soon and approve the sports code, new sports code for AFF, and we will see election very soon. AFF Excellent Academy in कोलकाता. देवगंश, नो, आप कोलकाता का कोई बंदा है वो इसे भेजना पड़ेगा देखने के लिए. आशीष, कैन यू इंक्रीज द नंबर ऑफ लेटर्स in the comment box? Is there any restriction on the letter by YouTube? I am not sure, Kumar, it is any restriction because आपका बड़ा मैसेज आया है यहाँ पे. You can send your message whatever. Not want Alvaro, want a top star, and like Al Sadab had banega as we can. It will benefit for Indian football fans. That can misfire. We seen Babotov coming to Caleb last not working. So again, as I said, you can sign anybody you want. Will that work for your team? It's also very important. Signing a striker is also very important. We've seen clubs struggling. FC Goa struggled this season altogether because their number 9 didn't work the way it worked in past. So I think it's important to hold on your number 9 if you can, and if you can't, get the similar kind of a striker who will make sure that he will do similar role which the previous striker has done. Will Chennai City return to I-League? No news till now. At this stage, it's look like unlikely at this stage. And again, just like Dempo Salgaonkar, they might return when the promotions start. Greg stay in Jamshedpur. I think he might follow Owen back in Scotland, but let's see. OECFC will sign Indian player before their head coach for sure, Amlan. That's what I can tell you. How many foreigners in field in ISL next season? As of now, no update, but 4 was this season. I think that will remain for sure. Munal, don't spam. I have already taken your comment. What happened? Chennai City in the I-League merge. I think the merging story or merging thing has been over now. We will not see any merge between Chennai Nfc and Chennai City for now. Who will win AFC Cup? I hope an Indian club win. But we know the West Asian club has done well in the AFC Cup in recent times, so it's tough to beat them. Any update? Will Ogbeche stay at Hyderabad? Talks are there. Ogbeche is in talks with the other ISL clubs, and he has not stayed in the ISL club. Northeast, Kerala, Mumbai, now your Hyderabad. So he might leave for a better offer. But let's see. I think it can work. Hyderabad can build around their younger player and get a younger striker. Edo Gracia has also left them. So I think there will be small rebuild at Hyderabad in terms of Indian players. They should look for a new goalkeeper also, I personally feel. Santosh Trophy is good this time, better than last decade. I think when you have a telecast, good crowd, all matches look good, and I think I think Santosh Trophy is kind of a new players. Hopefully the new players come and play in ISL and I-League, not just they remain with the department. How many players retained by Chennai FC? The retention is already started, but it's not officially done because many player contract is also getting expired. Thapa ka to contract ho gaya, so he's staying. Pre-season plans to already out hai, so most likely Europe or the Middle East will be destination for Kerala Blasters, Jubal Rezi. So I think how many ye ho gaya hai. So guys, thank you aapke questions, and good to see previous audience getting back. Hopefully next 10-15 days a bit busier on the personal side. I'm not sure I will be there every week, but I will try to make sure that every Friday I'm doing these videos. Next Friday is on 29th, so I should be doing that, and then of course after May 15th or May 20th you will have a regular more videos coming from this channel in terms of the Indian football or Indian sports. But till then, because I will be a bit busy on the personal side also, might be some disturbance of these series, but after that I think I promise you that you will have more regular video. Ashish Negi is finished product before coming to ISL, player who has the quality. Alvaro Vasquez, who's in, that's why I like Alvaro Vasquez like profile, not big name, but they will provide your team more, not the big signing like people want. I think that time has passed on for ISL to sign big names just because there's a big name. भाई खुद की टीम कब स्टार्ट कर रहे हो? कैलाश सिंह बेस्ट भाई आ जाओ फंड्स लेके, आपके खेत वगैरह होंगे, थोड़े खेत वगैरह बेच दो, मुझे दे दो फंड्स, मैं अभी स्टार्ट कर देता हूँ, मैं बहुत बढ़िया टीम बना दूंगा, देवभूमि एफसी नाम रख देंगे दोनों भाई मिलके, आपको मैं क्लब में मैनेजमेंट बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर में आपको शामिल कर दूंगा. जल्दी करेंगे यार, वो भी लाइफ का फेज होता है, तो देखो कब आता है. आई हैव अ ड्रीम ऑफ हैविंग अ वेरी गुड क्लब इन उत्तराखंड, not just in Dehradun, a club who has their roots in Gadwal and Kumaon region, where football is also big. Again, people are not aware of it. I've seen personally. So, वो club अगर Dehradun based होता भी है, it will have academies or some kind of sister concern club, or will be there in the different region and maybe playing in Dehradun or whatever reason. That's the dream I have. I'm not sure when, but it will happen one day for sure. That's guaranteed from my side. बेस्ट भाई, बट अगर आप फंड्स वगैरह हैं आप रीच आउट कर सकते हो मुझे, मैं आज ही स्टार्ट कर दूंगा, मे बी नॉट एट द ISL आई लेवल और मे बी एट द यूथ फुटबॉल लेवल फॉर श्योर। और कोई और जानने वाला है बता दो, आप अगर बात करवा सकते हो चीफ मिनिस्टर से ऑफ उत्तराखंड, आई एम वेरी ओपन टू टॉक ऑल्सो। व्हाट इज द टूर्नामेंट फॉर द टॉप 2 sides of development league? NXT Cup, which happened in Bombay. If you guys remember, there is a video on this channel with 1 million views where Reliance Youth Foundation team played against Manchester United, FC Goa played against Southampton, Manchester United and Chelsea. 3 Premier League clubs came. So this time that tournament will happen in England. 2 clubs from development league will go to the that tournament in England to play against Premier League teams. So that's one thing. Bro, Thapa contract extension with Chennai FC is good or bad decision? So this is very good question, and disputed legend. And I remember talking to John Gregory in this channel on podcast, and he was critical of the decision. I think 2 things. Thapa is very loyal to Chennai FC fan, and Chennai FC as a club. He has been there at a very young age. He don't want to leave the club when they are kind of at this kind of a stage where this club is scattered. I understand emotional decision. Practical decision as a player. He has won ISL with Chennai FC. Will he get challenged at Chennai FC by other Indian players? I don't think so. Should he be part of this small rebuild at Chennai FC? Practically, I'm saying no. I think Thapa, if he wants to go out from India, this was time for him to go out from Indian from India to Europe. Thapa is one of the better Indian players, one of the top Indian players. I think he should have tried his luck outside India. He has won already ISL with Chennai FC, so I think there was not in terms of trophies that he want to win. But now he decided to stay with Chennai FC. Hopefully, club respect that decision, and I think that's the reason the improved budget approved by Chennai FC management. They want to make sure the clubs players which they have retained, like Anu Thapa, they get respect in terms of the finances, in terms of the team structure, in terms of the number of foreigners, in the quality of players, and improve the quality of the team so they can compete for the honors. What is the take on Minerva Academy winning the MENA Cup? I have seen the quality of world class. I know personally about that. I think again at under 12, under 14 level, we should not highlight that much. It's good, they have what they have done. Should not overhyped. I can give you many examples in last 2012 to 20. आज 2022 हो रहा है 10 साल. In last 10 years, I was over the moon when Uttam Rai scored those 5 goals for India at under 16 qualifiers. आज fast forward after 10 years, Uttam Rai is nowhere to be seen, and there are so many examples like these. I think that's the reason I just don't want people to overhype these young players when they are under 12, under 14. ISL is 8 months long. Source ISL आपको नेगी साहब आपको पीछे जाके सुनना चाहिए. I said Indian football calendar for 8 months long, not just ISL, which that calendar will include Super Cup and Durand Cup. Why not? I will Akshay. That's my question. Federation Cup has a legacy, history. Super Cup name doesn't make any sense. Super Cup should be between. You can make it like I League winner and ISL winner. That should be Super Cup. Not between that tournament. Like it should be called Federation Cup. I think that's the thing. Is Alvaro almost confirmed to ATK? No, there are rumors about it. Can we clarify it once more, please? Bidyukta Rai, not done as of now. Alvaro is talking to 4 ISL club, not just ATK Mohanbagan right now. So it's not done. What about Indian squad in the camp? That's already announced, Vishnu. Maybe today I forgot to put the graphic for it, but let me just read out to you guys for the squad. It's a similar squad. Jerry has got dropped, by the way. So Danish Farooq has got dropped. So maybe he's injured because I think he did well in that couple of games, but I'm not sure what happened there because we have seen in past happening also. Just give me 1 second. Any update on Chennai? Praveen Kumar R. In the starting of the video, I have shared the update on Chennai Nfc budget and everything for the next season. The start of the video, you guys can go and there and just go again when this video goes offline. You guys can go and watch it again. In terms of the budget, I will tell you in summary that it has been improved compared to the previous seasons. Akash Mishra to ATK Mohan Bagan. It's very early stage to say to that. Yes, they have been, kind of inquired by ATK Mohan Bagan. I'm just going to get to the squad first. I think Ritwik, Kabara, Harmanjot getting the call up was not surprised, but I think they were kind of confirmed before. That bit, the goalkeeper is Gurpreet Sandhu, Aminder Sandhu, Gill, Nawaz, TP Ranish. I think getting again call up. Dheeraj not getting the call ups. That's the news here. But this is a camp squad, so it will get changed eventually. Preetham, Ashutosh, Ashish, Horimpam, Rahul Beke, Sandesh, Narinder, Sana, Anwar Ali, Shubhashish Bose, Akash Mishra, Roshan Singh, Ramjot Singh Kabra, the defender, Udanta, Vikram Pratap, Andrew Thapa, Purnay Haldar, Jixon, Glenn Martins, VP Sohel, Lanal Moya, Sahel, Yasir, Changte, Suresh, Brendan, Ritwik, Kima, Rahul KP, Liston, Bipin, Ashik, Manveer, Sunil Chetri, Rahim Ali, Shan Pandita. That's similar squad. Shan Pandita getting call up again. So I think these some players leave, some player come. These keep on helping. I think Kamanjot deserve it. Done very well, and I think why not? There should be no age bar for these players to to get called up. So I think it's a great decision by Igor Stimac. Let's see important games coming up for the Indian team. We'll talk about national team in upcoming weeks for sure. Is there no salary cap out here getting all the big money players? Bharat 281. I have discussed about salary cap in past. आप जाके देखो ना पुरानी वीडियोस, बहुत डिस्कस किया इन वीडियोस में सैलरी कैप के बारे में. आप देखना, आपको मिल जाएंगे. Just don't want to again go through the same information. What is your take on Minerva Academy winning the? I have taken this question, Kumar. Are Reliance Foundation players travel to England for Generation Cup? The two teams will travel. Whoever in the development league, top two teams to the NXT Cup to England. So guys, thank you very much. It's 7 PM already. Great to see a previous kind of audience. If you have not liked this video, do hit the like button, subscribe, notification की घंटी भी बजा लो, और membership, if you can guys take the membership, will support us. It's just 119 per month. In terms, we'll provide some kind of gifts to you guys for if you take that. Do you think Putia is the most underrated player in the midfield position? Also, do you think he can make it to the last 23? I think he should. Putia. But again, midfield is the competitive position, so will Puitya get it because there are other players who have already part of the structure? Let's see, but getting call up is a good thing for Puitya. This season will be important for him to build on the previous season. Previous season, introductory season for him to Indian football. So let's see what he do. Favorites for Davely, Kerala Blaster, Bangalore SC, FC Goa, 3 good teams. So guys, thank you very much for joining in. Like button बता दिया है, notification bell, subscribe. You can get social media link on the description tab for every Indian football update. You can follow us Twitter, Instagram, @KhelNow. Can join our Telegram community and subscribe our Telegram channel for real-time notification for all Indian football, all sports update. Visit KhelNow for all your daily dose of Indian football. And if you want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, it's 7 Negi Ashish. Links are in description tab. Thank you for watching. I will see you again next Friday, 6 PM. See you then. Thank you.